Hello, hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last episode, we discovered that the Divine was the one behind Aenor when she exited the Fade, and Aenor does remember that the last time she saw the Divine was being pulled away by some unseen force, and that she is most likely dead. The creature helping us is probably a spirit of faith. We aren't really sure, but then again, does it really matter? She's helping. Surely that's what matters, rather than, whether she's a ghost, a spirit, the divine soul, whatever. Now then, we had gone along I'd call it like the northern path, the higher up path. We found this rather odd sculpture. And also, this thing. Hello. Okay, light the flames. Okay. 1, 3, 4, 5. If I can remember correctly, I think it's 4. 1. 3. Okay. 4. 1. 3. 5, 2. I was close. And ooh, superb ring of sundering. Thank you kindly. Lovely. Excellent. And ooh, we have something over here. Hello. Do you perhaps want a toy? Fears of the dreamers, the child. Haven is burned. Mama cries when I'm not looking. It's cold in the mountains, and my feet hurt. But Mama says to hush, the others have it worse. She says a monster named Corypheus came to Haven, and it was only the Maker's blessing that let us escape. I don't feel blessed. The monsters come every night when I sleep, and I don't want to wake Mama crying again. I miss Sir Snort. Sir Snort always kept the monsters away in my dreams. Have Sir Snort back. There you go, darling. What a cute name for a Nug toy, Sir Snort. Oh, that's lovely. That's very cute. I approve. Did I set my timer going? Yes, I did. Good job, me. Oh, hello. What is you? Ironically, spiders. That's beautiful. Hello there. Get backed. There you go. The only one down. Ironically, spiders. That... Yeah, oh. I don't like the fact that the game stuttered. That's not good. Again, I do hope that the recording is going alright. So yeah, I see that she's there. However, there's this whole area down here that we have yet to explore, and I am a completionist. So I'm going to explore everything. Hello there. +1 strength, always handy, especially for a warrior. Now then, I see the mission over there. However, I want to be methodical about this. I don't want to miss anything. Got up. And scream. And then we spinny spin. And we back. Take it out. There we go. And oh, hell, I did not see you over there, madam. I am so sorry. Get back. Oh, how dare you. How dare you. Stunned. We spinny spin. One of these, please. Madam. No running away. There we go. Excellent. That's what you get. That's what you get when you mess around with the Inquisition. And a yoink. And a yoink. Oh, boat. Just a random boat. in a random ocean, because why wouldn't there be an ocean here? I love the spirals. I think it's such an odd way of doing it, but it's unique. I would never have thought, you know, like, okay, we've got a fade beach. How should we do it? Spirals. I think that's a really cool idea. And here we have... excuse me, what am I thought it was you. Give! Vial of Darkspawn blood. Here we have everyone's fears. Iron Bull, madness. We got a couple of empty ones here. Okay, this is no one's. Blackwall's is himself. Just check. No, we can't click on him. Cowl is despair, because despair is the opposite of compassion. Solus, dying alone. I wonder what he means by that. Varric, becoming his parents. Vivienne, irrelevance. Cassandra, helplessness. Dorian, temptation. And Sarah, the nothing. All very interesting phobias. I love that. Again, that was something that they didn't have to put in, but I am so glad that they took the time and included it.
Trust my footing in this place.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Also, this area is probably very wet, probably very slippy. Fears of the Dreamers, the Scholar. When the Darkspawn were new, when the Magisters had just brought them to our world with their sin, I was among the first to call myself a Grey Warden and swear to end the blight that threatened our world. We had seen the Archdemon die from mortal blows, only to rise again from the body of one of its servants. It could not die. I searched in vain for some way to kill the beast and save my world. I slept in fear, with no solution, knowing only that the blight the Magisters had brought would destroy everything because I could not save it. Show me what must be done to slay the Archdemon. Show me what I need to save my world. Well, what you need is to drink some of this. There you go. And we have to retrieve the Dreamer's reward, wherever that be. Yoink, thank you kindly. Let's go up and down. I feel like that way we won't miss anything. Oh, hello. I see you over there. And papers, yes. Walking the Fade, a harrowing. I found myself on a plateau of swirling smoke and mist. I could not see my feet, or perhaps I had no feet in that place. Each step was treacherous. I had to believe there was a ground. If I didn't, there wouldn't be, and I would fall into nothingness. I was protected only by my will and my magic. The demon they made me face took the shape of a great cat. As we battled, it spoke in my mind. It told me that I would eventually stumble, and then it would pounce. The demons talked to me of the Templars beyond the veil, standing over my paralyzed body, their swords pointed at my heart, waiting for the moment of my failure. All it would take was a splinter of fear, a seed of doubt, and I would be unmade. The demon would devour my mind, and the Templars would destroy what was left of me. This was my harrowing. They force this upon all mages and call it good, but it is neither good nor right. It is evil and unjust. From a partially destroyed journal bearing no name, found in a Kinloch Hold cistern. Considering the word of the usage of the word pounce and the it took the shape of a great cat. I do kind of think they're talking about Anders there. You know what, let's get a decent look at these things. Oh, holy shit. That's fucking terrifying. That ain't right. No, thank you. Not up. And a spinny spin. And I'm out. Not today, Satan. I'm not dealing with you guys. No, thank you. Y'all are clearly cursed. There we go. But they did drop loot. How polite. How kind. Anyone else? No. Okay. Yeah, we grabbed that. Yeah, let's just keep going up and down. There are plenty of codex entries, and it's very easy to miss them. Admittedly, if we do miss a codex, I don't think it's... I'm pretty sure that we should be able to pick them up from the market in Val Royeaux. But, again, I'd rather get them whilst I'm here and not have to pay any money. Waters of the Fade. It is unclear whether the water here is a manifestation of the Fade or physical water that has poured in through one of the rifts somehow. Possibly the rift in Crestwood. But what does it say? That's the question. What does the letter in a bottle say? I don't know why, but part of me feels that if you look out somewhere, that potentially there's a bit of an Easter egg on the waters. I don't know, though. I could be making that up. Right, hello there. I see you. I see you guys over there. You all right? Spin. Got up. And then we back. Get stunned. If we can. There we go. Okay, one down. Who's left? And that's all. Solus, were you walking on water just then? I'm gonna have to watch that back in editing. I swear, it looked like he was on the... To be fair, if anyone could do that and would do that, it would be Solus. The man practically lives in the Fade. He spends so much of his free time here dreaming. So if anyone could be like, you know what, I'm a stand on water here, the water I won't sink through it. I'll be able to stand on it. If anyone would be capable of that, it'd be him. The laws of nature in the Fade. It is simple to say that the laws of nature do not apply in the Fade, but while travelling in the Fade is often confusing for mages, it is rarely so chaotic as to defy description. In fact, while the placement of items may seem random, those items usually operate as we would expect them to in the real world. A book opens to show pages, although the pages may be blank or lined with gibberish. A pen and inkwell let a user write, though the pen may write on its own and the inkwell never runs dry. Those items that float usually hover at the relative height where they would have sat when had the objects meant to support them existed. Candles suspended in the air as though held by a phantom candlestick, for example. Why are the laws of the Maker bent but not fully broken? Why does a book not turn into a dragon, or a statue explode into countless shards of energy? The answer, I believe, lies in the fact that the items we see in the Fade were most often made by the hands of men. A statue is a created thing. The mortal hands that shaped it gave it purpose, and it knows what it is meant to do. The objects that strain against the laws of nature are ironically those that are more natural themselves. Great stones, for example, hang in the sky. No hand has ever touched them. No mortal mind shaped them to purpose. I suspect, though we may never know, that if dwarves dreamt and shaped the Fade with their own perceptions, the rocks would not float. From The Shapes of the Fade by enchanter Phineas Asrathan, perhaps? And
I guess
this...
things just float whenever they feel like it here. Wonder what's up there. Or maybe it's best we never find out.
Yeah, probably is best. Probably. Yeah, this is where we came from. Okay. Okay, with that, I'm happy, I'm content. Let's just run straight through to where the Divine is. Fingers crossed no demons have spawned back in. It'd be fair if they had. This is their home after all. Oh, hello! That was lucky. That was extremely lucky. The Keepers of Fear. This was not a place of honor. Here came beasts from the north, carrying a poison called the Blight. They killed many warriors and sickened the land, and even their blood could kill. We feared them, and it was right. We were strong, but still they came to feed upon our screams. These stones hold the screams of the Alamari. Wherever the spawn of darkness have come, these stones were raised, so the beasts might take their bounty of fear and depart. If they did not, every man would put his screams into the stone until none were left inside him. Then he would light the fire to burn the screams away, and take up sword and shield to fight until death came. When all the men were dead, the women did the same, whether it was the tradition of the tribe or not. Then the children, even if all they held were fire pit sticks. Remember our warning. Give the stone your screams. Burn them so that they cannot master you, and fight. Runes etched near the base of the screaming statue. Very cool. Very cool to see the Alamari's interpretation of the Darkspawn and all that jazz. Just a random pile of skulls on the floor, because again, why not? This is the Fade. But madam, again, I do have to explore. Ooh. Oh god, more incoming. God damn. And I was trying to explore. The Maker. Okay, that's an interesting one. Okay, that's just a shade. Fair. Excuse me. No, Maker. No, get that thing. Get the thing in front of you, love. There we go. You. Get back. Guard up. A spinny spin. Oh, more incoming. Okay, let's go. Get in there, girl. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I recognise that laugh. You're right, mate. Stun him. And then we spin. Okay, Solus is at half health, but we have plenty of potions, and there's a supply cache just over there. Again. And down you go. Take it out. And just you. Okay. Who else? Anyone else? They're coming to protect the barrier, but the Divine, as it turns out, is a pretty good sapper. Solus is fine. You're down. Next up, you. Get that. And no flying away, madam. Oh, you're dead, so it's fine. Madam, please get down here. Madam, you're breaking the rules. This is not allowed, madam. There we go. Stunner. There we go. Come on up. We spin. There we go. The barrier is gone, so is the Divine. And just one last thing, get to the rift to escape the Fade. This is it. This is the end. Oh, I do like the end of this quest. I have things that I have been waiting since the end of Dragon Age 2 to say. One second. Pardon me for a moment. Alrighty then, my apologies there. I just had to take a phone call. Let me get back to my timer. There we go. Okay, yes. I was just searching the area. We got that supply crate. I'm inclined to use it before we head forward. Just nothing up here. No? Okay, good stuff. We could use a potion. As could you too. There we go. Yoink. There we go. Let's move forwards. She leads us onwards. You alright?
You must get through the rift, Inquisitor. Get through, and then slam it closed with all your strength. That will banish the army of demons and exile this cursed creature to the farthest reaches of the Fade.
Oh, we can do that. We can absolutely do that. Battlemaster coat legs, very nice. And the essence of perfection. Thank you very kindly, dear dreamers. No, oh god, we've even got another. Just in case, flipping heck. You don't have anything else to say, okay. A little skull vase, very nice. And I was like, are those clothes? No, that's a body. That's a body, but we don't need it. We're full up. Oh,
we're almost there.
Great, Hawk. Why not just dare the old gods to try and stop you?
fucking look at it. Fucking look at it, man. That's fucking gross. And it's got fear demons and shit. Oh, look at the eyes. That fucking freaks me out. I don't like that. I don't like that bullshit. No. Oh my god, it's so good. It's, oh. It makes me feel a bit sick. Oh. There's nowhere else to go. Except forwards. Dear Lord. Into the lair.
Please tell Liliana. I am sorry. I fell for you too.
Aspect of the nightmare. Yes, she may have dealt with the big boy, but he's still there. If you'd be so kind, I've been saving this up. Okay. What do you have? You have that. You have that. You know what? If you could do one of those. Get in there. Hit. You spin. Off. Stay strong.
You will die in agony.
It's tanky. It's so Madam, could you please? There you go. Rally up, people. Get in there. Okay, yeah, you're dazed. I think Hawk is fine. Just keep going. Stun it. Stand up. No, you don't, sir. I don't move. What's blocking you? Seriously, what is blocking you? Go around then. Get out. How dare you run from me?
You cannot stand against me.
I think I can't. Oh, we just launched that one. We launched fire. We still got blood. Drowning. Oh god, I get that one. Flipping heck. I love that they're still named. I just love that they're still named. Me. Got up. You're down. Where you at? Where you at, big boy? Aha! You know what? Buddy, are you still stunned? Flipping it. There you go. Nice. And you know what? Go on. Why not? Hail of arrows. Sir, where are you going? Where are you going? Why are you running away from me? Floating away from me. Stunned. Got up. No running. No running away. Gonna spin. starts. The Calling. Apostate. I'm determined to see as many of these as I can. Okay. Focus on the big guy. Isn't it? No, running away.
You are nothing.
Oh, I'm nothing, am I? I'm nothing that's gonna kick your ass, mate.
Hurry!
And corruption again. Darkness. Personally, I think that'd be scary if it was Darkness Dementia Ravenway, but... Oh, hello again! On me! Okay, no, running away! It's not allowed! And spinny spin!
I grow fat on your fear.
You're about to grow fat on your death in a minute.
How do we get by?
Go! I'll cover you.
No, you were right. The Wardens caused this mess. A Warden must...
A Warden must help them rebuild. That's your job. Corypheus is mine.
Oh, and here we have the choice. Alistair stays. Alistair will likely die to cover your escape. Hawk stays. Hawk will likely die to cover your escape. Now, I've had more than a few people, when I've told them about my canon world stay, I've had more than a few people tell me, oh my god, you must be left with such a hard choice, like, you know, Hawk versus Stroud or Loghain, yeah, that's piss easy, but Hawk versus Alistair, that must be one of the most difficult decisions in the entire game. No, it is the easiest decision in the entire game. I have a harder time deciding what to do in Redcliffe, in Dragon Age Origins. Like, okay, how do we deal with Connor? Do we go to the mages and do that? But there's no negative and it feels really hollow. Or do we use blood magic? Do we kill Connor? Like, I have a harder time figuring out what to do there than I do here. This is the easiest choice for me. The absolute easiest choice for me, and it's the easiest choice for Aenor. I'm gonna give my reasons for picking this, and then I'm gonna give Aenor's. I said at the time when I finished Dragon Age 2, I was so disappointed that it didn't end with Hawk dying. That was how I always foresaw Amelia's story ending. You know, maybe she stepped in between, you know, Meredith slashing Orsino with her sword, or maybe she took a fireball and, you know, Meredith was saved or whatever, and you know, everyone kind of stopped and went like, oh my god, like, she died to stop the fight and we should all stop being idiots and we should just sit down and talk it out. I was so disappointed that that wasn't an option. And obviously I understand why, so that they could have Hawk be an Inquisition, but I always wanted Amelia's story to end with her death, and now I can do that. This allows for that decision. And why would Aenor sacrifice Hawk? One simple question. Who the fuck is Hawk? She's a woman who dicked about in a city for 7 years. Okay, but who the fuck is she? Like, Hawk is literally no one special. Alistair, he was, you know, he was by the side of the hero Ferelden. He fought in the Fifth Blight. He was there when the Archdemon was killed. My throat's a little scratchy. I'm gonna just take a sip. 1 second. There we go. Alistair has a pedigree. His name is known. Literally, who the hell is Hawk? Hawk really didn't do anything. I mean, like, let's go act by act. Okay, Hawk, because I kind of got into a bit of an argument. It wasn't like a nasty argument or anything, but I was arguing with someone because they were like, oh, Hawk is Hawk. Hawk's done a load of important stuff, and I was like, really? What? What did Hawk do that no one else could have done? And the answer is nothing. Anything Hawk did in Dragon Age 2, any other character could have done. The reason why Alistair and the hero Ferelden weren't interchangeable is because they... Oh, there goes my timer. This episode is going to go on for however long. The reason why Alistair and the hero Ferelden were important was because they were Grey Wardens. They had taint in their bloods. Yes, they were interchangeable with any other Grey Wardens, but there were no other Grey Wardens in Ferelden at the time. That's why only they could have done what they did in the Fifth Blight. Everything Hawk did, there was nothing unique there. Absolutely nothing unique. In Act 1, they were a refugee who did odd jobs to scrape together money. Plenty of refugees will have done that. I guarantee that is not something that is exclusive to Hawk. Plenty of people who fled the Blight will have, you know, gone to new places and made names for themselves. The expedition, again, there was nothing there that was like, oh, the reason why this is happening is because of Hawk. Hawk could have been replaced. Fighting the Profane and getting screwed over by Bertrand, none of that was because Hawk was Hawk. Hawk just happened to be in the right place at the right time, or the wrong place at the wrong time. Act 2, the only thing really there that I could argue would be the Arashok, fighting the Arashok. But again, any talented warrior could have done that. Hawk had earned the Arashok's respect somehow. But again, none of that was because Hawk is Hawk. It was because Hawk was there. You change them out with anyone, it would have played out the same. And it was the same with Act 3. There was nothing there that was Hawk specific. The only thing that Hawk did, that only Hawk could do, was free Corypheus. That's literally it. That is the only thing that no one else could have done. Free the big bad of the third game. Everything else that Hawk did could have been done by another person. If Artin hadn't been there and it had just been a random person who wasn't a Grey Warden, the story would have played out totally different. If Hawk was replaced, the story would have played out exactly the same. Who the hell is Hawk? Hawk is no one. Hawk is Varric's friend. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Varric, but Aenor isn't going to prioritize some random nobody who thrust Corypheus upon the world over a guy who helped defeat the Fifth Blight. It's not even a question in Aenor's mind.
Hawk, say goodbye to Varric for me. Always the naked damn spiders.
I will say, Aenor didn't do that gleefully. She feels bad. She feels bad for Varric, but like I said, Hawk, who was she? She dicked about in a city for a while. That's it.
No demon army for Corypheus, it appears. The divine, or her spirit, was right. You know that's not how they see it, though. And they just saw their Inquisitor work another miracle.
I'll tell them the truth. What matters is we succeeded. Let them... Again, I think Aenor's like, please, just... like, let me explain. I'm not a miracle worker. I'm not... like, Andraste blessed or Maker blessed. Like, let me explain this.
Once they understand what really happened,
They'll know you escaped by the skin of your teeth from a giant spider demon. I know which story I'd prefer.
Inquisitor, the archdemon flew off as soon as you disappeared. The Venatori Magister is unconscious but alive. Cullen thought you might wish to deal with him yourself. As for the Wardens, those who weren't corrupted helped us fight the demons. We stand ready to help make up for Clarel's tragic mistake.
Where's Hawk? Where's Hawk?
Oh. Oh god, what Alistair said would have oh god, that would hurt. Again, Aenor has so much pressure, and again he's basically saying, yeah, lie to the people, have more pressure on your back, because again, you need to be inspiring. You need to be inspiring, so keep that pressure up. The Wardens are to blame. She died a hero, dead. She did die a hero in the end. I always think, when I watch that cutscene, I always think of something Leandra said in the first act, which was, there were 4 of us. Was it 4? The 3 kids in here. Yeah, there were 4 of us when it started. It'll never be over when it's just 3. And it wasn't over when there was just 2. And it wasn't over when there was just 1. And I think Amelia, in her final moments, I think she was brave. Like, despite everything that she had done, did I say Aenor? I meant Amelia. In her final moments, I do think Amelia was brave. Amelia wasn't a good person. Then I don't like having all of my characters be good people. She wasn't designed to be as such. She was deeply flawed and deeply scared. But in that last moment, when the nightmare came over her and she didn't flinch, she didn't try to escape, she fought back. Literally, all of her story is that she gave in to fear. She was constantly afraid, and she was constantly burying her head in the sand. And in that moment, she looked fear straight in the eye, and she attacked. And so I do think in her final moments, I do think she was brave. And I don't think Aenor would blame the Wardens, and she wouldn't be so crass as to be, well, she's dead. The hoe's dead. No. I don't think Aenor felt good about leaving Hawk there, but she certainly wasn't going to leave, one of the heroes of the 5th Blight there over some random person.
Hawk sacrificed her life to save us and strike a decisive blow against Corypheus.
Well?
Varric,
She gave her life not because she'd sworn an oath or been marked as special, but because someone had to do it.
Alistair, you're the senior surviving Grey Warden. What do we do now?
Help the Inquisition. The Grey Wardens will help the Inquisition. They may be vulnerable to corruption. Get out of Orlais. The Wardens are banished from Orlais. They do not help the Inquisition. Oh, I don't think she can turn them away. They were manipulated and corrupted, and the remaining Grey Wardens are clearly, now that they know what was going on, they're clearly very remorseful. They want to help. And here's the thing, as long as we keep them away from Corypheus, as long as we kind of try and keep them to areas where we think he isn't, then we need all the help we can get. And they've given so much. Over the centuries, they've given so much. I don't think Aenor could bear to toss them away.
You stay and do whatever you can to help. Alistair believes that the Wardens are worth saving. And I trust him. You're still vulnerable to Corypheus, and possibly his Venatori. But there are plenty of demons that need killing.
After all that, you give them yet another chance?
While they do that, I'll report to the wardens at Weishaupt. Corypheus won't catch us with our trousers down again.
Thank you, your worship. We will not fail you.
Good luck, Inquisitor. Tell Morrigan. Just tell her I stood there looking foolish.
Oh. Poor Varric. I do feel so badly for Varric in all of that.
Alistair sent me one final report. He is on his way to Weishaupt. As for the Grey Wardens, they are fighting demons and Red Templars while staying clear of Venatori. You dealt Corypheus a significant blow, Inquisitor.
Let's capitalize on this. It wasn't just me. I hope so. It's not enough. Ooh. This is interesting, but I'm more so drawn to it wasn't just me. Again, Aenor doesn't want to be viewed as like this mystical figure. Like, there were plenty of people involved.
We owe much of that to Hawk, and to the Divine.
Yes. While you bested Corypheus here and at Halam Shiral, he himself was not present either time. We fear he is close to finding another way to enter the Fade. When you have a moment, Colin and Josephine are waiting in the war room with an update. What was she like? Divine Justinia, or her soul, or the spirit that took her form. I read your report. I know it isn't clear, but...
She was at peace, she was cryptic and strange, don't dwell. I mean, she did seem at peace. You know, she didn't seem like she was in any pain.
She seemed calm, serene even, and she guided us the whole way through.
That does sound like her.
She did ask me to tell you something, though. She said, "I'm sorry, I failed you too."
Oh. I should finish this before it slips my mind. Perhaps later we might discuss the matter further. Thank you.
Oh, and there we are. Here lies the abyss, done and dusted. Oh my goodness. I'm way over time, but I'm also like, there are things I want to say. Acquired blood weight. That doesn't sound good. That sounds like a disease. I do like that end to Amelia's story. Like, I wasn't happy that she didn't die at the end of Dragon Age 2, but like I said, I like that in the end, she was brave. After a life spent cowering and in constant fear for her life, at the end there, she kind of finally took a stand and said, you know what, this is more important. Like, this is more important than my fear. Maybe this is a chance to atone. Maybe this is a chance to finally be with my family again. You know, if I die here and now. I will say that some people, because Here Lies the Abyss, the title of the quest, it's part of the Chant of Light. However, it does harken back to something that Flemeth said in Dragon Age 2. She gave Hawk some advice, and it was, the world stands upon the precipice of... the world stands at the edge of the abyss. When that time comes, do not be afraid to leap. It's only when we fall that we learn if we can fly. And, you know, that title, Here Lies the Abyss, and here's Hawk. So I have seen some theories that perhaps if you let Hawk die... Hello, Dorian, you're right. You're right, mate. Do you want to get involved too? I'm going to just move my mouse over here. There we go. Yeah, I have seen some people theorize that if we sacrifice Hawk, we will be rewarded in Dragon Age 4 with the reveal that Hawk actually didn't die, they're alive. Maybe Flemeth went and saved them, or maybe something else saved them, but that if you let the Warden die, they're gonna die. But if you choose Hawke, then they'll somehow survive. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I would be very happy if Amelia died there. Because like I said, that's how I always kind of imagined her story ending. I could maybe get behind it. You know, it would be interesting to see Amelia after that event where, you know, she finally learns to be brave, and maybe that would be a good thing for her to grow, because ultimately her hatred of the mages, it did all come from a place of fear and self-loathing. That's ultimately what it all came down to. It was, I'm scared of myself and I think I am a monster. Therefore, everyone is a monster. That's ultimately what it came down to. Her hatred came from a crippling sense of self-loathing and a lack of self-worth and a lack of self-esteem. So it'd be interesting to see Amelia slowly becoming more confident and potentially growing and learning that, you know what, I don't need to be afraid of every mage, because not every mage is like me, and not every mage is like the dickhead blood mages that I encountered in Kirkwall. It would be really interesting to see how her character would develop with her newfound bravery, but I would also be extremely happy if she just died. If that was her, and not exactly her redemption, but like I said, it ultimately, that I like how her story ends, of she finally learns to be brave. She finally tosses off that self-loathing, and she does something that is genuinely heroic for potentially the first time in her life, because everything else she did, it was kind of accidental. She never did anything with the intention of being heroic. The closest you could get to that would be her siding with the mages, which was not so much heroic, but just. The mages didn't do anything. But she was still scared. She was still scared out of her mind. So yeah, I'd be happy if Hawke turned up in Dragon Age 4, but I'd be happy if they didn't. If it was like, no, they dead. No matter what happens, they dead. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I don't know how long this episode has gone on for, so my apologies if it's super long. However, I will bring this episode to an end right here. In the next one, we go around chatting to people at Skyhold. I don't know what we're going to say to Varric. I think Aenor feels immense guilt at that. What are we going to say to Varric? Well, we'll have to figure that out then. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.